I'm not saying to be a gambling man, but I'll be honest. I thought I was regretting my gamble last night, but now today this thing's running, working like it should, knock on wood. Very happy with it. I'll tell you more. Morning, everyone. It's a big day. So today is the final step in making a bale. As you can see behind me, we've got the baler hooked up, and I'm gonna be honest, it's not gonna be smooth sailing like the other two videos have been, and mainly because like last night we tested this bale. This is the first year we've had it. I bought it in spring off the side of the road, replaced a bearing in it, did some other minor maintenance fixes, and we're hoping that it works. As far as testing goes, everything functions like it should, but last night I tried to make a bale with it and I couldn't get it. It made a core and then it get plugged every time. I did it twice. I gave up. I'm attributing it to, we actually had Jason was just up the road. He was baling as well, and he said it was starting to get pretty tough. So I'm attributing it to that. And then the other thing is that where we started, that's the thickest part of the field, and probably not the best part to start, but it's where we started cutting. So we try to go in the same order. Anyways, it didn't go well. Plugged every time. So God willing, it was just, you know, the moisture, the dew was starting to set on, and that was our issue. So again, God willing, that's our issue, and this will go smoothly. Well, let's see what happens. And it plugged. At this point, I'm not sure if I have a clutch issue or if I still have too much pressure. We're gonna do some diagnosing back at the shop. All right, I didn't bore you with showing it, but all I did was take all of these on the clutch, the pressure on the clutch. I increased them a little bit, about 1/4 inch on each one. Most of them did seem relatively loose, and it would lead me to believe that it's just not applying enough pressure to keep that moving. That's not bad. That might be, we might need to turn some pressures down though. That's pretty solid. It's wrapped. I don't know how well, but it is wrapped. Holy smokes. We figured her out. I guess we better keep going. Burning daylight. A deal. So we're 20 bales in. I did plug twice, mainly because of the rows. Like I said, we had issues with the rake. There was too much hay for the rake to merge. Once we get off of this side and we get back to the normal side, I think we're going to be just fine. On a very bright note, we are already at 20 bales for this 5 acres, and we still have a ways to go. I do need to figure out, so if somebody's watching and knows how do I adjust the bale density, the pressure? I know there's some valves on the side, I'm just not sure which one does what. And that would really help my predicament, because it's so dense that it's actually really hard to get my forks into the bale. So, and then the other thing is I cannot figure out, so I've got it on auto right now, and it beeps at me. It'll, I hit start to auto tie. I thought that it would automatically tie on its own. So like once it beeps, basically I stop the tractor and it starts to wrap. Apparently not how it works. And I wish that I could figure that out because it would be handy. And then the other thing is I have to turn it back to manual to close the gate. It doesn't automatically close the gate. So I don't know if I have a sensor that's an issue that's making it think that something's out of whack. But if you guys have any answers for me on that, I would really appreciate it. So this is what I'm talking about. It keeps the baler open. I can't do anything until I turn this back to manual. Once I do that and then I hit down, it'll close it up. And then once it's closed, I'll turn manual or auto back on and it works fine. So I just don't understand that. I would think it would do the whole process. I have another small quick question too, if you guys could help me out with that. The twine tie, it automatically does it. So it swings over and then it comes back at a certain rate. How do I adjust that rate so that it will wrap more twine on the bale? These bales are actually really well shaped. They're not lopsided. And the weirder thing is that there we go, that's a good one to look at. The weirder thing is that I can't, these lights up here, they don't necessarily work. Because it's always lit up left and right. So I don't know if it's trying to say it's even. I'm not sure what it's saying. But I mean, our windrows are pretty even too. So that's probably a good chunk of it. that's about to wrap up our hayfield. I don't know if you can see back here in the distance, Jason came and helped me. I'm sure you saw it on the drone video. He came and helped me because I was so far behind, just trying to learn this baler setup, learn kind of the ins and outs of it, what it will handle, what it won't handle, what it likes, what it don't like. That's kind of the gist of how the game went today. So overall, like I said, I kind of put myself in a predicament of using a baler that I've never used before and not even getting a practice run and not even having my old baler as a backup because it sold before I got the chance to, you know, have them both on hand. So if I had to, I could go back to it. So I was kind of forced into sink or swim by myself. I did it myself. Nobody to blame other than my own fault. And so by doing that, it was just one of those things that we made it work. We finally figured it out. We got it going. What I meant by earlier is the gamble. So I spent $1,000 on this baler. Picked it up on the side of the road in Iowa. 6 hours is a change away. Had to put tires on it, so it's $300 into tires. I was another $37 for a bearing and probably $100 and some odd dollars, $120 for hydraulic fluid because this is it's self-contained. It has its own hydraulic pump, its own hydraulic reservoir. No remotes for my tractor come over there. All of it's controlled by this box right here. And then I also changed the fluid in the gearbox. So once I got all that done, you know, we did a small test run there at the house. Everything functioned. All the functions that this is supposed to control worked, and the headache I had was there was no hay to test it on, so I didn't know that the slip clutch needed adjusted and that the slip clutch itself is probably worn. All of those are things that just couldn't learn until it was actually time to make some bales. Like I said, overall, I'm really happy with it. You know, it was a very big gamble at that point because $1,000 seems like nothing, but it can get very pricey very quickly whenever things are broken. And to top it all off, the guy I bought it from didn't even have a tractor to hook it up to show me that it worked. So again, one of those things that don't do what I do because it may cause a divorce. Well, my wife's pretty well used to it, so she's not going to divorce me over it, but she might be upset if I bought something that's a turd and it doesn't work and I waste money on it. Overall, I really do hope you guys learn from my mistakes and don't wait until the last minute to test a new piece of equipment. But have a blessed week. Thank you for watching, and we will see you next time. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. And if you've made it this far in the video, it's pretty safe to say that you liked it. So please hit that like button. Thanks. Have a blessed one.